Welcome, welcome, welcome to a further and deeper discussion into the mind of Mr. Marcus Aurelius, and doing something that is really brand new to me, investigating how to be a Stoic from one of the guys who he's not credited with starting Stoicism. That was 400 years or so before he actually lived, but a lot of Stoics today use Marcus Aurelius as an example of what being a Stoic actually looks like. And the reason, again, why we're diving into this is so that way, people who listen and want to learn from the Core Academy oftentimes come here with a cognitive bias that is very structured and very fixed and very concrete. And we find that they're in the knowing mode. We find that they say, I know a lot. And this is a great way to be able to shatter somebody's reality on what they believe and get them to be curious again and learning again, right? Your clients need you to be a furious learner. They need you to be constantly curious, so that way you can solve their problems. And we want you to continue to expand and get better, right? It's one of the ways that we protect people is by teaching them how to learn. So that way they can learn for themselves. They can then defend themselves, become very flexible, very agile, very mobile, because you're a valuable human being. And this increases your human life value, right? So that's the purpose of this exercise, is to get you learning something cool. The other thing is this guy's one of the best thought leaders in the history of the world. Is literally the father of most Western thought processes, and is credited with much in the way of being able to bring along, civilized thought patterns. So what I want to do today is start with the 10 quotes that we're going to go over in this series are all from chapter 11, or as it's sometimes referred to, book 11 in the Meditations with Marcus Aurelius. I'll start with the homework. Homework here is go download the audiobook. You're driving from account to account. You're on your bike, you're jogging, you're walking, you're working out, you're just hanging out, cleaning the house. Throw on, Audible and listen to Meditations with Marcus Aurelius. We're pulling this content from book 11, and book 11, number 1 is understand people exist to help one another. Aurelius believed that there are always people who will live selfishly and those who want to destroy others. This is a key point, right? Because at the end of the day, he wasn't saying, people are here to help one another and everybody loves you. Actually, the opposite. He realized that there are people who, no matter what you do, they're going to want to destroy. They're going to want to win. As athletes, we see these super competitive personalities, and we have literally been programmed since Pee Wee football, since Bambino baseball, since early cheerleading to compete, right? And when I'm competing, that means I'm winning. I win, you lose. We're playing Scrabble. I don't care. I win, you lose. We're playing badminton in the backyard. I don't care. I win, you lose. And so when you bring that energy into the boardroom and you bring that energy into a company culture, yeah, it can drive results, but it'll also build a layer of animosity. It'll build resentfulness. It'll build an unhealthy sales culture. It's going to build people to separate from one another, to be jealous of one another, because somebody's always losing and somebody's always getting hurt. That is not what I want for people that come through the Core Academy. One of the first things that we want to do is realize that this is not a place for competition. This is a place for collaboration. I exist so I can help you. Now, key word there, help. Doesn't mean I'm here to save you. I can't save you from the work. I can't save you from the calls. I can't save you from your pipeline or from the accountability that your laboratories put on you. Just like you can't save the doctor from filling out the requisition form and his staff from giving you the proper information, from checking the box, from actually writing collection date on the requisition form. Like, you can't save people from that. The work still has to be done, but you can help one another, which means you need to lead one another. Within society, leaders such as Marcus Aurelius emerged And they realized that it was their duty to be a guardian of their followers. That word guardian of their followers, at the end of the day, look, man, my whole deal here is I got to learn to lead myself. I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is I lead myself. I lead myself so that way I can lead my family. I lead my family so that way I can learn and have tools developed for me to lead my business. And I lead my business so that way I can lead my community. One of the biggest problems we have in society today is we have people who are wanting to lead communities and they can't wake up and make their own damn bed. They can't work out. They're not taking themselves seriously. They're not taking the time to meditate, to be mindful, to be thoughtful, to journal. They constantly make excuses for why they can't get things done, blame other people for why they won't get things done. And then they sit and they want to chastise you and give you a bad report because you're showing up to work in a good mood, happy, and trying to do the best. They're going to make fun of you and try to bring you down. Understand, people exist to help one another. But Marcus Aurelius realized that there are going to be people in your life that are going to constantly also try to destroy you and bring you down just because of that. So what do? How do you apply this to areas of your life, right? How do you take one of these principles right here and say, okay, I want to go into a lab. I want to go into a practice. I want to go into, some area of healthcare, and I'm going to try to help people. No better place to me in any industry, if you believe this tenet right here, people exist to help one another, of what you can actually do inside of laboratory diagnostic sales, or what you can do inside of building your own laboratory and your own business. Okay. So think like Marcus Aurelius on this one and take a look at where you can actually, frame out your body, you leading yourself and you protecting yourself. I had my children late in life. I'm 42 years old. I got a 5-month-old, right? There's a pretty good chance my wife and I are going to adopt again. That means I could be 45 in 3 years with a 5-month-old, right? My daughter's 5. Whenever she's my age, I'm going to be almost 80. So if I don't take care of myself day in and day out, I'm not going to be there to be able to enjoy her and her children. That is a real thought that I have every single day. I want to be around my family for as long as I possibly can be. And I want to be able to protect them in any situation, right? How do I take this thought process right here that I exist to help one another inside of my meditation, inside of my spiritual practice, right? Being able to slow the world down and really connecting with folks empathetically and sharing pain and sharing our story and being able to talk to my clients, being able to talk to providers, understanding that the pain to change has got to be less than the pain to stay the same. Okay. If I don't practice meditation and if I don't slow down my thoughts, I will run fucking past you in a conversation. If I'm not really trying to help you, I'm going to help myself. I got to connect with you from a clinical standpoint. I got to be on your agenda, not on my agenda in healthcare. If I can stay on advancing patient care and helping people, my pipeline will be full and deals will close, right? How does this exist inside of my family? Man, I kind of touched it throughout the piece because it's super important to me, but my children are watching me, right? I can't save them from themselves. I can't go to school. I can't do their homework for them. I can't do their projects for them. I can't hit a baseball for them. I can't kick a soccer ball for them. I can't be bullied or bully for them. Like they got to do it themselves. And it's the same thing. Like I got to connect intimately with my wife. And you have got to connect energetically with your clients and with your coworkers. How does this tenet right here go into business? Man, it's all about business. You build a culture in your laboratory or on your sales team where the role description is to make one another successful. Imagine having a bonus or a compensation structure that was built on like the curve. The weakest link is going to set the curve for our top performer. Our bottom performer is going to set what the bonus is for everybody. I bet you'd be helping each other. I bet you'd be figuring out a way to be able to make sure that everybody's selling and everybody's calling. And there'd be some creative ways to be able to bring the team together. And so that's your real homework, is to figure out in your life, where do we take this and how do we apply this lens into our everyday decisions in every domain, body, being, balance, and business in our life. So homework, download the damn book, listen to it in your free time. You're getting paid for your free time now. You're increasing your human life value. Number two, go teach this to somebody that you love. Our whole target here is for you to learn it, for you to live it, so that way you can go out and lead it.